If you're not listening to Pubcast, terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore said.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
Okay, welcome back to the Pubcast. This episode, we look at the quirky John Cusack classic, Better Off Dead. We took a poll of the fans, and we had heavy hitters up there like Pulp Fiction, Austin Powers, Ace Ventura, Big Lebowski, and Better Off Dead. And to my surprise, Better Off Dead won in a landslide. I did not see that coming. So here we go. Eric and Allison join me to break down Better Off Dead.
Does it ever feel like everyone's got more going than you do?
Oops.
That everyone is smart?
So you're Al Myers' kid? Yes, I am. You look pretty stupid to me. Thank you.
You say the best skier in town just ran off with your girlfriend? Even your younger brother does better than you do? And that nobody even cares?
Beth broke up with me.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you might be right. But remember one thing.
I haven't even been to New York City.
Nobody was ever better off dead.
The truth is, I could outski you any day of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want a race? I'll take you on any day, sucker.
Go that way, really fast. If something gets in your way, turn.
All you need is guts.
All right, now turn.
I'm gonna race, I'm gonna lose, and I'm gonna die, in that order.
Go.
And you'll never doubt yourself again.
He's skiing on one ski.
Better Off Dead.
And that's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that.
An abnormal look at a normal teenager.
All right, Better Off Dead. I've got two plot synopsises. We're always recording. Yeah. Because neither one is very interesting, I'll read the shorter of the two. IMDb. This just gets to the heart, gets to the bare bones of what this is. A teenager has to deal with his girlfriend dumping him among family crises, homicidal paperboys, and a rival skier.
Wow.
That's kind of what it is.
Sure.
If you read that and didn't know anything about it, then saw this movie, you would be lost. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Overall reaction to the movie, where you saw it, what you thought of it, how you saw it, what was your impression when you first came across Better Off Dead?
So remind me, what year did this come out?
85.
85. Okay.
So Eric didn't see it in the theater because he was a zygote.
He was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I didn't see this until college. I'm trying to think if I saw it in high school.
I definitely saw it in high school, but it was probably on cable. I don't think I saw it in the theater at all.
Yeah, I think I was in college when I saw it.
I will back you up on that because when I first heard of it was you coming home from college saying you got to see this movie.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Which feels, I feel like we're in like
it's like a theme.
It's
been a theme on a lot of these movies.
Check out this movie. Yeah, so I saw it on cable for sure. Then somebody had it on VHS, and we watched it a bunch.
And I feel like when we watched it on VHS, it was recorded on like a blank VHS.
Yeah.
Like a
of course.
TV channel. It wasn't a store-bought copy of it.
No. So I'm trying to think which one to do first. Let's do the Rotten Tomatoes score. What do you think the audience gave this movie? What's the audience score for Rotten Tomatoes?
For audience, I will say 75.
Okay.
I'm going to say 71.
Audience score was 87.
Wow.
They loved it. Critics. What were the critics saying about this one?
65.
What do you think, Al?
I'm going to say 75.
Wow. Think it was equal?
Well, didn't you say it was 80-something?
Yeah, but you would have said 75 for the other one, too.
I know. I guessed really low, so I'm assuming that maybe there's...
Critics said 77. Yeah. So 87 and 77. I can't believe the critics were this high on this movie.
Yeah, I mean...
Having just seen it, it's ridiculous. This movie is insane even for the 80s.
I'm trying to think of, like, if I'm... I have not done the reflection on what the patterns of a Siskel and Ebert were on movies like this. To know how they would evaluate this as a thumbs up, thumbs down, whoever on how many stars or whatever. Because I'm assuming that this is an aggregate now of people that are now critics that are nostalgic about this movie.
Yeah. I think the way this works is that it's an amalgamation of critic scores then and translating them into a percentage. And I guess some who've seen it now recently. I don't know if that's the case exactly. But this movie was one in a string of teen comedies at the time. Like they were just greenlighting everything because Fast Times at Ridgemont High did so well.
Right.
So a bunch of stuff was coming out. But if you line up all the teen comedies at this time, this one is clearly the most insane. Like it's all over the place.
It's really wackadoo,
it's
for sure.
Wackadoo. It has things in it that have that doesn't tie into the plot or the characters at all. Just like random claymation burgers out of nowhere and a kid building a space shuttle takes off at the end. Like it's crazy.
But I like the fact that somebody in that writer's room or whatever was like, I don't care how we fit it in, we're just going to put it in.
I know.
Because I think it's funny.
There's like moments in this you're like, oh, this isn't... Someone just added this later and just said, let's just shoehorn it in and who cares. Yeah. And
yet it all works.
So what do you think this movie made at the box office in 85? $85. I don't mean that. I mean 85 money. Yeah.
$32 million.
All right, that's a number.
I'll say 40.
It made a little over $10 million.
Oh, really?
So it did not make any money. It was, I mean, I'm sure it cost $3 to make, whatever the number was. Didn't make a bunch of money in the theaters, but made everything in cable release and video stores. Apparently, the director would go to the video stores and like Blockbuster or whatever, and it would never be on the shelf ever because people would rent it and then never bring it back. Like, they'd just keep it. Right. So they couldn't keep them in the store shelves. And I think that's how I saw it, was a rental and or cable.
Well, and I think that is kind of indicative of this movie in general. Like, I feel like it was a slow burn for people. Like, it was probably in and out, or it's like this sleeper movie when you think about your favorite movies or movies that you watch, because it's not on a lot in terms of cable or anything like that. But
it's not streaming.
As we were even thinking about this podcast, this was the sleeper on the survey of a bunch of other choices.
We had a bunch of other 5-star movies on the survey that we took, and this movie, which is a 2-star, I don't know, blew away every 5-star. People want to hear about and talk about this movie more than anything else.
Right.
Yeah, it was 2-1 at least over everything else, every other choice.
12-5, I think, was the closest one. Okay, here's a lot of my facts and stuff are about the director of this movie. I don't know how any of this happened. I mean, none of this stuff could happen today because it's too buttoned up and people are vetted more and people are more careful with stuff. But this guy was ridiculous. Savage Steve Holland and you'll see, we saw it on the credits, he goes by Savage Steve Holland. Not Steve Holland, but Savage. So he's just like a knucklehead surfer guy from California, I think. So he... Remember that show, that game show, Press Your Luck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was the guy who did the animation of the whammies on Press Your Luck. That's how
really?
That's how he was known, or how he made money in Hollywood. He was the whammy guy for Press Your Luck.
Oh my god!
So the animation at the beginning, that's his animation. That's his style of drawing.
And even like during the film.
And during the film, yeah, that's him. He was the animator.
Interesting. That makes some sense why that's in the movie.
Right, of course.
Like when you talk about what the...
So he also did, after this, he did One Crazy Summer and How I Got Into College, which is
that's a great
nice
movie.
little sleeper movie that Liam should watch that for sure. And I believe Curtis Armstrong appears in both those movies too.
He also he had a cartoon show, Eek the Cat.
Yeah. Which I'm not even aware of that, but
I remember that being on in the I remember being aware of it like in high school. It was on in the afternoons. So when I was a teenager, that show was on.
So a lot of Better Off Dead is based on closely or extensions of sort of broadly based on autobiographical stuff from Savage Steve's life. Like, his girlfriend broke up with him, and she did leave him for captain of the ski team, apparently. I don't understand the skiing part of that, but...
how many high schools have ski teams?
I don't know. And in this movie, as far as we know, it's... what's the town? It's...
Greendale.
Greendale?
Northern California.
Yeah. It's not Northern California. Yeah. It looks like L.A., basically, or around L.A. But how far are they traveling to these mountains to have a ski team?
Was it the Sierra?
Yeah.
Up that way?
So whatever. But anyway.
Just put my geography out there for everybody to hear.
Geography. Yeah.
Where's the Cascades? I don't know.
Let's not get sucked into geography because I don't know anything about it. So that was one simple element from his life that was in this movie. But some of the other stuff was like when Lane goes into the garage and puts an extension cord around the pipe to commit suicide. He did that. He went in the garage because he was so broken up from this breakup, grabbed an extension cord, put it around his neck, put it around the pipe, and was standing on a garbage can ready to kill himself. And he stood up, and the garbage can couldn't support his weight, and he fell down into the pipe, into the can. The cord pulled on the pipe and broke the pipe, and as the water was rushing in, he was being drowned in the garbage can, trying to kill himself by hanging.
Wow.
And then his mom found him and got pissed at what are you doing?
Yeah.
Clean this up.
Oh my god.
Not the suicide part,
right.
The clean up the garage part. So.
Feels like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. This guy's story is just insane. His mother was like the mom in the movie.
That made crazy food?
So she would look in like McCall's or Red Book or whatever magazine that had a recipe, and she would try to cook it and it wouldn't work, and she didn't have the right ingredients, and she would just grab whatever was close and she would just put it in there, and it was terrible. And she did actually give him TV dinners, not for Christmas but for his birthday.
Oh my.
Can you imagine that?
Well, I actually can, because I got a can of sardines once for my birthday.
I got a box of fruit snacks once for my birthday.
Oh my god. I'm talking to the right people. Your parents gave me a sleeve of golf balls, and I don't play golf.
Right.
So there you go.
Right.
What about handkerchiefs? They were big on handkerchiefs.
Handkerchiefs? I got handkerchiefs.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, TV dinners. Apparently, Cusack hated the movie. And he told the director that it was like the worst thing he's ever seen, and he felt he was tricked into doing it. He hated it and was like bad-mouthing the director constantly for years.
Has he come back around?
So until recently, he's come back around. He said, I just didn't get it at the time, and I didn't hate it, but it just didn't connect with me. I didn't, I think he's kind of soft-selling it a little bit now to get along, but he hated it. What do you think was the favorite scene of test audiences when they were testing this movie to try to rework it?
I'm really hoping it's not the hamburger scene. Everybody wants some.
Eric, what do you think?
I actually know the answer to that question already.
It's the hamburger scene.
Dang
the claymation bullshit.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It is the worst part of that whole movie.
If you cut that whole scene out, the whole thing about working in the burger place, doesn't affect anything. There's nothing going on there.
When we were watching the movie again today, in preparation for this, I was thinking that because, of course, he's crashing into the truck of the owner of this place, that he was working there to pay off his debt for damaging the truck. That's why I was thinking that, I'm like, is that what it is? But they never
They don't
connect,
set that up.
They don't connect those dots at all.
The guy appears to know his dad in some way.
Right.
So I would think that's probably what happened, but it's not on the screen. You can't.
Yeah, I think it's just his dad got him the job,
Right.
which is what they explained, and then it's just a nightmare situation for him because he had been in those accidents with that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But like
at
no point.
But that scene, like, I feel like they could have done something different with that 2 minutes. But I guess they're trying to say that Lane Meyer is like this kind of, creative, kind of daydreamer kind of kid and whatever. But I just could have done without.
Which is weird though, because
it was too long.
Except for the hamburger scene and then the doodling scene in the lunchroom.
Yeah, in the cafeteria.
Except for those two things, you don't ever get the sense that he's any sort of a dreamer and any sort of a creative type at all. Take those out, and you could mostly take him out and have no problem. He's just a dope, right?
Yeah.
I think he's just, I don't want to say he's a dope. I just think he's a teenager. Like, I think he's kind of, trying to figure out himself and his place and relationships and all of that stuff, and really gets kind of single focused on certain things that may or may not be important.
Yeah.
But I would say the first time I saw that movie, I hated the claymation part from the get-go.
I hated it then. I hate it now. We just saw it. And it needs to get out of there. Although the Van Halen song is kind of nice.
Well, sure.
So I don't have a question here or even a fact, but we need to talk about the Ricky character.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with that character. I don't know if he's the most popular kid in school. I think that is possible.
What?
When he's dancing, people are like, yeah, Ricky. Like they're giving him a room to dance at the New Year's Eve dance or whatever. No one seems to no one pays attention to him. So there's that. Is he the biggest nerd? Is he just weird? Is he just like Lane, or he's just like a dopey kid? Is he like a pedophile? What is this Ricky kid? I don't know what's going on with that character. It's crazy.
He's a super creeper, sheltered mama's boy, I think.
Yes, there's that.
Kind of an introvert, and that dance scene was him trying to, in my opinion, trying to impress.
It was, of course,
Monique.
But it wasn't like he was interrupting the dance, and people were like, who is this guy? Knock it off. People were cheering for him.
But haven't you also seen something completely insane and be kind of like, yeah, keep going. Yes. Total cheer it on?
Of course.
I know this. I knew the answer to my own question.
Yeah. I know. So we're saying Ricky is Ed Cosgrove.
Sorry, Ed.
Because he would do the dance and I'd be cheering him on the sideline.
We definitely saw that dance multiple times.
Yeah. Okay. The Asian sportscaster brother.
Yeah.
So the actor's name is Yuji Akamoto. I'm assuming it's pronounced Yuji. We know him in Karate Kid 2.
2.
Right?
Chosen.
He has just a recognizable face. And whenever you see him, you're like, oh, Karate Kid 2, of course, that's the guy. So he was auditioning for this part as the brother who only learned how to speak English by watching Wide World of Sports, and so speaks like Howard Cosell. The information I have is, in the auditions, he figured they were looking for an Asian character. He thought it would be funny if he did because he worked on this. Did Howard Cosell with an Asian accent. And the people in the room loved it. And that's how we got the part.
Right.
Did the whole thing, did the movie like that, I think. And then before it came out, the producers were like, no one can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
We have to dub this over. And so the information I have, having listened to this might not be accurate though, is that they dubbed him over obviously with a Howard Cosell impersonator. But what I saw is that it was Rich Little who did the Howard Cosell impersonation.
That's what I saw too.
It didn't sound like Rich Little though. It was 85, so who the hell knows? But which I think that's Rich Little's high point then, I think, is in his career. I mean, come on.
But I would love to hear that
Howard
Cosell with the Asian accent.
Right. I want the unadulterated version of his character.
I thought you were going to say that was him, and I was like, wow, because that would not have been what I was expecting from that actor, because you can tell that things aren't syncing up. So I was hoping it was them dubbing in his own voice in a different way.
It's definitely somebody else, and he did it. He did an Asian accented Howard Cosell impersonation.
So awesome. Good for him.
That's awesome.
That's a layered approach.
That shows what a pro that guy is. And he fought Daniel-san in Karate Kid 2. I mean, come on.
To the death. The only other movie I remember him in, he was in Launch Control in Contact.
Oh my god.
Oh. He was?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I saw him somewhere more recently than that. So he's I don't know, our age or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Real lean, like real thinned out. I don't know what he was doing though. I can't remember the movie, but yeah, there's no story there. But that guy's awesome. He should be in every movie pretty much. Okay, I don't have any other facts unless anyone else has something to add to this one. No. So this is where we get to the casting, so like how people were cast, and then we can get into our casting stuff. I didn't find anything about how people were cast, really. Friend of a friend knew somebody, or somebody's audition was weird, except for that one we just talked about. I think this movie was just under the radar, except the director wanted John Cusack. That was basically it.
So he wanted him from the get-go.
It seems that way, yeah. Nobody else wanted him. Yeah. He wanted him. The studio or the producers didn't want Cusack because they had just seen him playing a nerd in 16 Candles. And they're like, oh, we can't have a nerdy guy as he's not going to be a leading man. And then the director said, oh yeah, he's the guy. We should definitely have him. He's going to be really good. Right. We want to get in on the early in on the curve of Cusack's career. Like, okay, great. I didn't really do anything, but whatever. I have no information, no other casting stuff. Anybody else?
No.
Nothing. I
feel like this. it was probably, again, kind of on the early side of when stuff like that would have been
because
documented and
the director wasn't known. The whole cast is basically unknowns at that time. It's just like a throwaway movie. Okay. So, I don't have any casting issues, but I do have some interesting casting information.
Okay.
This one surprised me.
Okay.
I didn't get this one. I didn't see this coming. The guy who plays Ricky.
Yes.
Dan Schneider. Did you read anything about him, Eric?
No, I remember him from Head of the Class, and that's
okay.
I can't say I've ever seen him anywhere else.
He was also Dennis Blunden on the TV show Head of the Class. So he was in those two things. That's all I've seen him in, but he was recognizable in both those. I mean, he's a good character actor, I think, at that point. At the moment, at the moment of the writing of this information, he is, or maybe was, like a major player at Nickelodeon. He created the shows iCarly.
Oh my God.
Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, and Game Shakers, whatever that is. He also co-created the Amanda Bynes, Jenny Garth, WB show, What I Like About You, and wrote for Kenan and Kel, the other, the Kenan Thompson show that was on Nickelodeon.
Wow.
He's like, all their best shows, like he was behind all of them.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know.
He was a writer or a producer?
He was a writer on a couple of them, and then he was the creator of iCarly, the big one. Drake and Josh.
iCarly. Wow.
Right.
Many hours of iCarly.
We have watched lots of iCarly.
Thank you, sir.
I know. Well done. Curtis Armstrong, who we know as Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, and Charles DeMar in this movie, was cast based on his appearance in Risky Business.
Oh, yes.
He also starred in Holland's other movies, One Crazy Summer and How He Got Into College. We got to watch How He Got Into College.
It's a good one.
It's
been ages, 20 years since I've seen that movie.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. I love One Crazy Summer. Every time, I always think about One Crazy Summer after watching Better Off Dead. And, yeah, Better Off Dead's a better movie, but I still...
Yeah, One Crazy Summer's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have anything for who was almost cast and, whatever. Got two big blocks here. Which do you want to go first? Recasturbate, where we recast the movie with modern actors, or memorable scenes and quotes?
Oh, God.
Either one's fine. But which do you want to do right now?
Let's do recasting first.
Okay.
All right. Let's start from the top. Recasting Lane Meyer today. John Cusack as Lane Meyer.
So I had a couple of people that I thought would work. One might be a little bit too old for
pretty much all my people are too
old.
The
part, and then another one is it's like John Cusack's replacement almost.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
That's
so
bold statement.
Logan Lerman is Percy Jackson.
All right.
I think he might be a little bit on the old side, but I think he could do kind of the athletic, kind of geeky, kind of...
Pretty much anyone under 30 can do this, I think, right?
So the guy that I picked, you're not going to recognize his name, but he's been in a lot of teen movies. His name is Nat Wolff. He was in The Fault in Our Stars. He played the kid who had eye cancer and lost his eyes. He was... if you look up his name, he is the perfect fit. He's probably about, 24 years old right now or whatever. Looks like a teenager. Yeah. And I had another one that I think could potentially work, and that is Tony... I can't read my own handwriting. Zero from Grand Budapest.
I like him somewhere in this movie. I don't know if it's as Lane Meyer, though.
I do have him somewhere in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Nat Wolff is my number one because I think he's the right age. He's the right, again, kind of temperament, I think, that works for that character. But if Percy Jackson was like 5 years younger, I think...
Yeah.
Like when he first did Percy Jackson, I think that's the right thing.
If they're...
Because he's got to play a senior in high school.
Yeah, someone who's 25-ish.
Yeah, I think he's like 28 or 29, so he's kind of on the outer edge.
So I've got one I like and one who is definitely too old, but I'm throwing him in there. Maybe we can de-age him in
some sort of like
The Irishman, De Niro.
You're gonna Tron
thing.
him?
Yeah. He's not super old, but yeah. So I had this guy in two different places, but I put him in Lane Meyer just because. Because I had another guy who could fill in the other place. So Lane Meyer, I think Ezra Miller. I think I'm putting Ezra Miller in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have him there at first, but then the more I thought of it, I think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
A little different, but
I kept seeing him. He kept coming up as I was kind of thinking about this, but I had used him in a different movie, and I didn't want to, overuse him.
I also am
exposure.
handicapped by I try to put people on my list that I actually know who they are, so I can't. I don't know any actors that are younger than Ezra Miller, so that's about as good as I can do. The other guy who is a maybe, but I think he's too old, but I think the younger version works perfectly, would be Justin Long.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I think he would be great.
I think he'd be really good, too. If this
10
movie
years
were
ago.
made 10 years ago. Yeah.
I think he's spot on. Right now, I don't know.
No,
but
he's too old.
Okay. It took me a while to come to this one. I went through a lot of the names that we joked about,
of course,
before, like Tom Holland or Ansel Elgort. You've just
my guy.
That random name.
That's my guy.
Somebody from that age. But what I ended up settling on is Skylar Gisondo. He is the actor that played Jared, the rich kid in Booksmart.
Oh, yes, that is a good choice.
Yeah.
That is a really good choice.
All right.
That's a good one. You haven't watched that movie yet, have you? Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
Put it on your list.
We'll see.
Oh.
All right. Well, back to you, Al.
Okay.
Charles DeMar. Played by Curtis Armstrong originally.
All right, so this one. So I'll put kind of a couple of serious ones on here.
How many do you have for this guy, first of all?
I'm gonna only say 3.
3 is the max for any one person.
I'm gonna only say 3. Serious considerations are Pete Davidson.
Oh, that's good. I thought about that.
The other one I have is Eric Andre.
I think he's too old, though, isn't he?
I don't think he's in his 20s.
Is he?
Unless
I don't know.
We're confusing. But this is a young kid. He was in The Internship.
Oh, I'm thinking of the comedian.
Yeah, I know. I think it's when I wrote down his name, I'm like, I feel like this is a different guy. But
Okay.
African American guy that wears his hair pretty big.
Yeah. That's the guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one that is not a serious contender, but I think the appearance just made me laugh when I thought of it.
Tom Hardy.
No. No. Because it's not a real one, but it would be very funny, is Post Malone.
I considered going that route.
I don't know if he can act. I don't know. I mean, there's some extreme there for high school.
Right.
but I like the look of him in a modern version of this movie.
Who's the guy?
Because you got
and
it's
he's
the
been
seven.
in,
Yeah,
he's
been in high school for 7 years, so
years.
he's 21, 22 years old.
Right.
So that works.
Right.
Absolutely.
So when I was scrolling through lists, Eric saw me just start laughing as I'm looking at this, and I wrote down his name.
If my Lane Meyer can be played by someone who's 25, then my Charles DeMar can be played by somebody who's 32.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, but Post Malone's like 24 or 25.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So my Charles DeMar, this is the other place where I had Ezra Miller. I was going to have Ezra Miller as Charles DeMar, but I like him better as Lane Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, age is going to be an issue, but I'm going with Josh Gad.
Oh, yeah.
Having
He's
just
got the
seen
look,
the Frozen 2 documentary last night, he was at the top of my list.
Let it go, man.
And so I've got a super sleeper here that I think is mildly interesting. I don't know that it's really good, but I like it. Haley Joel Osment. The kid from.
I know who you're talking about.
We know who you're talking about. No explanation needed.
I like him as this.
He's 87 years old.
I don't know how old he is. I have no idea how old he is. I didn't even look him up.
He's got to be in his 30s.
I don't even know.
He's got to be in his 30s,
sure.
right?
He's got to be 30.
He's the Sixth Sense kid to me.
Yeah.
He's 10.
He was like 4 in Forrest Gump.
That's right, Forrest Gump. Yeah. I was so confident in that, I didn't even look him up.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
No, I don't think he's going to be very good, but I like that. I want him on my list.
Yeah. So for me, my Charles DeMar was like my weak link up until 5 minutes before this started, and who I had was Will Poulter, who was the
I know the name.
The shy kid in We're the Millers.
Oh,
okay.
I thought maybe he was the best I could come up with, but then 5 minutes before we started, my choice was Allison's choice, which was Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I considered him for a couple different spots, but I didn't. Yeah, that's the one though. Yeah, I like that one better.
Because that whole role is about pretending to do drugs, so you can totally see Pete Davidson up on a mountain.
And again, being the older guy, kind of scruffy, and it works.
Like covered in tattoos and everything, and takes it to another level.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Okay, we're at Monique.
I have 3 names written down, but I think one, I keep coming back to her.
I have one that you will like, just so you know.
Okay. Lily James.
I know her name, but...
She's the love interest in Baby Driver.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. She's not... How old is she?
I think she's in her 20s, yeah.
I think she's pretty close to 30, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other ones that I had on my list were Maisie Williams, who is in Game of Thrones.
I considered her.
I kind of like that one.
And then the other I had is Elle Fanning.
That's what I have.
Oh, do you?
I wrote her down as Ellie Fanning. Yeah, that was my only person I had down for Monique was Ellie Fanning.
Got it.
She's in that show you're
The Great,
watching, right?
The Great, which is great. Yeah, The Great, which is great.
Yeah.
For those of you listening,
The Great.
I got a couple of names. I don't know.
I don't know who they are.
I thought maybe Zendaya.
I do kind of like that one.
I thought about Sophia Lillis. She was the girl from It.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know that.
You don't know that one? And then
I know
the last one I thought of maybe Maya Hawke.
Huh.
Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that might work.
Yeah. Can she do an accent? That's the question.
Well, and it might not have to be French.
Right. An accent. Whatever accent.
Yeah. Yeah. Brooklyn, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, we are at my Achilles heel in this game, Ricky.
Okay.
I got no Ricky, so you have to make
I
up for my...
have two, and so I went kind of a slightly different route with my Ricky. So I had two, and they're kind of same type of character, different actor. Alex Lothar, who was the younger Alan Turing in The Imitation Game.
Oh. I'd have to see, I don't remember. I can't think of his face, but sure.
And then the other is, I'm not sure how to pronounce his first name, if it's Keir, Keir Gilchrist, who is... Keir?
Yeah, I think so.
Who is in that Netflix special, I'm blanking on the name at the moment, where he's an individual with autism and...
yeah.
I should have written it down.
That's all right.
I thought that was a show that I would remember.
I know. Okay. I don't know.
So they're both kind of lanky, kind of awkward individuals, but I thought could play the introvert, kind of silent character well.
So I don't have an answer here, but I want to throw two out that are way too old, but I'm going to say the young version of these people. I would say a young, what's his name? Bobby Moynihan from SNL.
Oh, yeah.
If he was 20. Who's this guy? Let's see. Oh, wow. All right. So Bobby Moynihan. The other one would be, I want to see a young Andy Richter play this part. I think he could do it, but after that, I don't know.
I have two names. The first one is Julian Dennison. He played Fire Fist in Deadpool 2.
Oh.
He was the kid.
Okay, yeah.
And then my other one is Jacob Batalon. He's the kid who played Ned, Tom Holland's friend in Spider-Man.
Oh. Okay. The man in the chair? Or the guy in the chair?
The man in the chair.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Got it. All right.
Okay, let's go to Lane's dad.
All right.
That's you.
Oh, me? You don't have one?
You're the first.
Oh, was I the first?
All
right. So I had three choices. I'm going to go with number 3. I will work to my top choice. Number 3. Edward Norton.
For his dad?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Number 2, Ed Helms.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And number 1 is Jason Sudeikis.
I thought of Sudeikis as well. I thought he's too, I don't know. He's too Sudeikis. He's too funny.
Sudeikis?
Yeah. He's almost too, I don't know.
Too comedic?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, the thing about the dad is he is playing it. He's the straight man through the whole thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So now I'm saying Sudeikis is too comedic. Wait to hear what I have to say. So
okay.
As I criticize yours,
right.
Now you can't criticize mine for that same reason.
Well, I definitely will because you criticize mine.
I think I did mine in pairs like you often do. So I'll just do the first. I'll just do the dad. I think my preferred dad. It's a toss up though. Is Fred Armisen.
Oh.
Different than
right.
The character type on screen right
now.
My second choice is Will Ferrell.
Wait.
I know.
I'm sorry. Did you say Jason Sudeikis was too Sudeikis-y.
Will Ferrell is a trained thespian. Clearly, he can play the straight man.
Wow.
I don't know.
My choices, I got two choices. One comedic, one playing it straight.
Yeah.
My comedic choice is Paul Rudd.
Yeah, he was. I kind of considered him for a while.
And then my straight man is Mark Ruffalo.
Wow.
That's actually kind of interesting because he has kind of that comedic kind of undercurrent.
I think he could do it.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Sure is warm. So, having Paul Rudd as the dad, I think he looks the same age as
Lane Meyer.
Yeah, he is very young looking. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, Lane's mom.
All right. This one I had a ton of options. I had a ton of options.
It's endless.
I'm going to save my best for last, and I'm going to try to go with my top 3. So starting with number 3, Rachel Dratch.
That's a good one.
I think that's too low. She can't be number 3.
I had Allison Hannigan, who was in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
My top one, though, and I was watching the movie thinking about her doing it, being that character, and then even with my top dad pick, it worked, is Ellie Kemper from The Office.
Oh, that's a very good one.
That's really good.
I like that one. Yeah, that's your best one. Yeah.
I did like Rachel Dratch, though.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Okay, so mine pair to the dad, I think. Honestly, they probably don't. It doesn't matter. My backup mom would be Maya Rudolph.
Oh, I had her written down.
She would go with Will Ferrell in my world.
When I got to 6 choices for the mom, I had to start crossing names off. So
you could almost just do a roster of SNL women over the past 10 years, 20 years. My number 1, speaking of, would be Kate McKinnon. I want her. Age her up if you have to. Fine. She can play that disconnected, ditzy, crazy, just weird perfectly. I think she would be great.
Yeah. I also went straight SNL on mine.
I know.
One of them I had was Kristen Wiig, but whatever. Right. But then my other one is that my first choice was Maya Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
So we had Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, Kate McKinnon,
Rachel
Dratch. I had Fred Armisen and Will Ferrell. We're just...
My runner-up, by the way, was Anna Faris, which I also thought was kind of a funny choice.
Yeah, she could do it. Sure. She's 40-something, right?
I think so. Late 30s for sure.
Wow. Okay, here we're going with Roy Stalin. The bad guy, I guess.
Yeah. This was my hardest one to cast for whatever reason.
Yeah, it was mine too.
And I think in part it was because I was so focused on the others. I was thinking this one would be easy, and then I was trying to find the right age and the right type of character. One that I have, I think he's too old, but if I could find a person that's just like him, that's who I would want, and that was Taylor Lautner from Twilight.
Yeah. You want him from Twilight, basically.
I want him from Twilight, yeah. The other one, and this is, I've already selected him in a different recast debate, is Joe Keery from Stranger Things. He's the older teenage kid. He was in Molly's Game as the one who was stealing the chips.
Right. That's a good one. I had trouble with this one, too. My backup again, just because I know who he is, it's really just a throwaway, is Tom Holland as my backup. Mm-hmm. Fine, whatever. The first one I think I like. I don't know him that well, though, but I know his face. Mm-hmm. So, Josh Hutcherson from the Hunger Games and sort of stuff. Yeah.
I think he's my guy. I considered him for a bunch of different ones.
Yeah. I think he's my... Although I also think... I want to step on yours. I have another one that I didn't write. It doesn't count, but it would have been Zero from...
That was mine.
Shit, sorry.
That was mine.
All right. I would withdraw that. That's Eric's. Sorry. Fuck.
Yeah, that was actually my only name that I put in there.
Wow.
That was my...
Shit.
Sort of channeling his
You're
Flash
right.
Thompson from Spider-Man.
Right,
It's different than the Roy Stalin for the movie, but
yeah. I think that's good.
That's where I had him.
I mentally checked myself 5 times before I said that, and I went ahead anyway. Damn it!
You made a mistake.
I know. All right. If you have others, go ahead. I have one other, and my only one other is the Asian sportscaster guy.
Oh. So there's on my list I have a Beth and I have Ricky's mom.
Okay.
So my Beth
I didn't even put a Beth. I didn't consider her.
Beth, I had Shailene Woodley.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
And the other again was I've used her before, but I think she works in this is Chloe Grace Moritz.
Mm.
I have her for Beth also.
Oh, do you really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
I also did Beth. I have Chloe Grace Moritz. I have Zoe Deutsch. She was in... I remember her from... Zombieland 2.
Oh, right. Was she the daughter?
She was the
or she was the
girl in pink.
Yes, that had all the Gucci bag and yeah.
And then I also have Ariel Winter, Alex from Modern Family.
Oh,
that's really good.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's
see. I guess I went deeper than the rest of you guys. I did a Mrs. Smith. I did Ricky's mom.
Yeah, I have a Ricky's mom too.
Do Ricky's mom.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy.
I had her and I crossed her off. I have 3 others, but go ahead.
That's the only one I have.
Oh, that's the only one you have? Okay, so I had... I'm going to go in reverse order, of course. I have Jennifer Coolidge, Stifler's mom.
That's good. I think Rachel Dratch could do it, too.
I have Missy Pyle, who is...
Oh, yeah, I know who she is.
She was the mom of Veruca Salt in the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. She was in Mars Attacks. She's in like a ton of movies. My number one that I thought would be really funny is Megan Mullally.
Oh. Yeah. That's a good one. I did it's Mr. Kerber, the math teacher.
Oh, you had told me that you were doing
Good
it, and
Lord.
I meant to look it up, but I forgot. Yeah, who do you have?
I got a couple names. I got...
I would just cast him again.
Right.
At age 65 or whatever he is.
He's got to be older than that, right?
He's been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead?
Oh, for a long time. Ken Jeong.
Oh. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I thought of Josh Gad.
Right.
And then going in a completely different direction, Tilda Swinton.
Oh, that's actually really good. That's really good.
Yeah. You zigged when I zagged right there.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That's a good one.
And just because I wanted to put them in there somewhere, I have a Johnny and a Badger.
Yeah.
My Johnny is Roman Griffin, who was Jojo Rabbit.
Oh yeah. I have somebody down for a Johnny. I've never seen him act, But when I looked at his picture, I'm like, he could play a Johnny. And that was the kid. His name is Ian Armitage. He plays the young Sheldon character in the spinoff of Big Bang Theory.
For both of those characters, I'm casting any kid off the street.
The only reason I had a name is because I was looking up actors and actresses under a certain age, and he kept popping up. I'm like, all right, well, I'll put it down. And again, he kind of looks like a...
Zoe Deutsch is the daughter of Leah Thompson.
Really?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. When you said her, I'm like, oh, I know that name somehow. There you go. Asian sportscaster, does anybody have him? I'm not going through his character name. I'm just calling him Asian sportscaster at this point.
Right.
I went, I guess, technically Asian. Hassan Minhaj. He was on The Daily Show and now has the Patriot Act or whatever it's called on Netflix. He's my Asian continent sportscaster.
I know Eric has a badger, but I want to come back to back to the sportscaster. So let's talk about badger first.
I just love the kid so much I wanted to put him somewhere. Archie Yates, Yorkie from Jojo Rabbit. Even though he doesn't talk.
Oh, I love it.
That kid's awesome.
That kid is so great. That kid is so great.
Even though he doesn't get to talk, I just want him in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
The other guy I wanted to cast, but it really could be anyone, is the mailman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
when we were watching it today, I'm like, oh, yeah, that probably should have been cast, too.
I was thinking, and age doesn't matter, I would go like Dave Chappelle, that guy.
Charlie Day.
Yeah. Oh, Charlie Day, even, that'd be great, too.
I think we should make it a point to put a Charlie Day cast
Charlie Day should be in every
single time.
movie.
That needs to
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So going back to the sportscaster, so I was thinking about this today. So if we're redoing the movie in more present day, who is he imitating? It's not Howard Cosell in the Wild World of Sports.
So who has a distinctive voice?
Is it Marv Albert?
Michaels?
Is it who's the guy that does the boxing? Let's get ready to rumble.
Michael Buffer?
Right. But can you imagine that?
But even all those guys
they're getting pulled up.
Yes, all those guys you just said would be from like the 90s, though, like even early 2000s. I think if it's a kid,
Joe Buck.
Might be Joe Buck. Tony Romo, no. Predicting plays, no. Who has a distinctive announcing style? Because Cosell is just a caricature of a broadcaster.
Right. I know. Would they go with like a European
John
football?
Madden from the Madden football games?
Oh my God!
All the boom pow and stuff.
Or who's the NBA announcer? Bang!
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it's a not a character, but I thought it was something that would have to be redone.
Yeah,
maybe it would be the Univision soccer announcer.
That's what
Goal! Yeah. My God. All right, that's good. Now, I'm not even sure why I wrote these down. We can all recite them, but the memorable quotes or scenes. The first one I thought of was, I want my $2.
Right.
Come on. $2! Right.
Instinctively, that's what anybody says when he's mentioned Better Off Dead.
It's an easy one. I'll go through a few. I think we probably have more of these off the top of our head. Do you have any idea what the street value of this mountain is?
Charles. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Wait 1 second. I think I'm onto something here. This is pure snow. It's everywhere. Have you any idea what the street value of this mountain is?
Charles.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Oh! Outrageous!
Street value of this mountain.
There are endless Charles Dumas.
I tried
quotes.
to limit it because it was all him. Everything he says is a quote.
You make a fine little helper. What's your name?
I've been going to this high school for 7.5 years. I'm no dummy.
Yeah.
I know high school girls.
I know high school girls. Gee, I'm really sorry your mom blew up, Ricky. That's a good one from Matt Meyer.
She only speaks French, Roy. She doesn't speak imbecile.
Go that way really fast. If something gets in your way, turn. He's skiing on one ski. I thought that was French fries. French dressing.
Peru.
French bread. And to drink,
I
ta-da,
mean, I will
Peru.
say that if I see, like, French dressing,
of course,
I will say French, or at least think French dressing.
Someone in your family has said it at every single Thanksgiving I've been to.
Hi.
Now, in honor of our special guest, I've created dinner mondiaux. First, we have French fries and French dressing and French bread. And to drink, ta-da, Peru.
Everyone's going to be wearing one of these this year. It's real aardvark fur. It sure is zip warm.
Get out of this car.
Oh my god.
I'm going to activate your dental plan.
That fucking guy. That's the guy from Porky's, right? Wasn't he in Porky's?
I think so.
1 or 2 or whatever. It's of that time.
Yeah. He pulls out his dentures and he's sucking his... You gotta have pride in class in this business.
Ridiculous. Man, that's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that. Tree trimmer guy.
I said it earlier. It's got raisins in it. You like raisins.
And then Monique. I thought we had nothing to say to each other. If we had nothing to say to each other, he'd get bored and go away. But still, he used it as an excuse to put his testicles all over me.
I'm sorry, what?
NT.
Big difference.
Big.
All right. Anything else, or move on?
Scene that always makes me laugh. It's one of the first scenes in the movie when the dad's like, "I'm telling you that boy's obsessed," and the mom's like, "Really obsessed?" And then they cut to his closet, and Beth's pictures are all his hangers, so it looks like she's wearing all of his clothes.
Yeah. Funniest scene is obviously the claymation burger, right now.
It's the worst. It is absolutely the worst.
The funniest scene is Ricky's mom blowing up when she clicks on that Bic lighter and the windows blow out.
Yeah, the editing of that is really good. Is really great.
Yeah.
This liqueur.
Click.
God bless him.
So, Eric, you referenced this when we were watching it today, the nuns crossing the street.
Yes.
That one was carrying a giant boombox on her shoulder. Like,
never noticed that before.
I mean,
and
why?
Why? This movie is filled with questions of why.
Right.
Like, why this? Why that?
Yeah. And that's a joke that Mom would have loved.
Right.
Nuns in any situation, but
they're just like us.
Yeah.
Like, you can argue this isn't even a movie. It's just a collection of scenes. It's got a tiny little through line here, but it's just a bunch of funny scenes.
A lot of bits.
Yeah. So, would this movie work today?
Yes.
Savage Steve Holland says he didn't think it would work. Well, he didn't think it'd be made today because we talked about Fast Times was why it got made for teen stuff. He said he'd be in comedy jail if he put this out today by the PC police and all that sort of stuff. That aside, why would it work today and how would it work today? Because it's so ridiculous. It's so off the wall.
It's so ridiculous, but I think the storyline works. I think the humor is going to have to change a little bit in terms of some of the jokes and kind of the non sequiturs, but I think the plot line still works, which is the guy who gets dumped.
Yeah, I mean, I think
for the super popular guy, and he's trying to get her back, but this other person falls for him and is trying to get him. It's a
classic.
It's timeless.
Teen comedy.
Yeah, I think that basic part of the story works. That the average guy gets dumped for the super popular guy, but
it's an easy one, right?
Yeah, but it gets at the same time the humor is so dark. Like he's literally trying to kill himself, and in this day and age, I don't think they let. That's all the suicide stuff.
He tries to kill himself by hanging, by in the car, the exhaust, jumping off a bridge,
and setting himself on fire.
I forgot about that.
So yeah, they're not letting him go that far.
No,
it get that dark.
Yeah, we should break this category up into. Would the plot work today, and could this movie be made today? Because
those are two very different questions.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think it can be remade. It can be remade. I think it's going to just have to be updated.
Right. Why hasn't this movie a movie like this been made recently?
Because they're remaking every other movie right now.
Oh, but
they'll get to it.
How many teen comedies have been out in the last 10 years? 3? I don't know. What's the number? It's got to be small, right?
Booksmart?
Yeah.
Netflix is probably opening things up a little bit, but this type of movie is not being made just financially. It's not making enough money for people to make it anymore, I don't think.
I don't know that we are the correct demographic to answer that question.
We are definitely not.
I feel like there's probably more than what we are.
Yeah. That's probably right.
We are aware of, but
all right. What would you want to see in a sequel of this movie? If they made Better Off Dead 2, what would you want to see? My answer is I want to see the Asian brothers and what they do in college or what happens after high school. I don't know.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I would also like to have more of the Ricky and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, really?
Like, understand that whole. I think there's more that can be done there.
I think it's a remake of Psycho. That's what it is.
What about getting more of Charles DeMar and meeting his brother that makes the monster eggnog with lighter
fluid?
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Because his brother is like him squared. Like it's it's him at a higher level. Yeah.
Yeah. His brother. That's his. It's his idol.
Right.
His brother is Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Like he's he comes home from college for Thanksgiving and
right.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. The how much are they worth game.
All right.
And now let's play the how much are they worth game.
Yikes.
This is the game where I always finish first, so be prepared to deal
lose.
with that.
Were you even able to find any of these people?
I had the girlfriend.
Cusack?
I did. The girlfriend, Monique, I thought I could find her because she's in this and Bill and Ted's. Nope, she's not even on there. I couldn't find her at all. So I think I found all of them. We're going to start with David Ogden Stiers, Lane's dad.
He's got that. He's
got that MASH money.
He's got that MASH money. And he's got Beauty and the Beast money. He was Cogsworth.
Oh. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast money. Okay, I got a number.
David, hang on a second here. David Ogden Stiers? S-T-I-E-R-S? Stiers? I think he's in here. Let's hope. Yep, okay, he's in. I've got a number. I don't like it though.
I've got one.
I've got a number.
10.
Ooh. Okay.
10 million me.
All right. I've got 24.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine is 3.
Whoa.
3.
Cogsworth.
Yeah, I'm at 3.
I don't know what else he's done, but I'm assuming he's done plenty. How about that?
Wow.
Just based on nothing.
Right. I think I'm way off, though.
Ooh. David Ogden, let's go Stiers. American actor, voice actor, and musician who had a net worth of $8 million. He may have died already.
8, so that's Brendan.
That's
wow.
me. I'm sweeping this whole thing.
Wow.
Okay.
What was your number?
10.
I said 10. It was
okay.
8. So we couldn't do Diane Franklin, who played Monique. So we're doing Lane's mom, Kim Darby.
I've only seen her in one other place.
And it was?
Teen Wolf 2.
Oof.
I'm gonna look. She did other stuff. I forget. There's some things we know. I'm gonna look her up real quick. Maddie Ross in the film True Grit. Wow. Didn't really expect that.
Was she the girl? Was she like the kid?
Oh, like the original True Grit?
Yeah, the original True Grit.
Maybe. I'm going to her later stuff here. 1990. X-Files. Love Boat. Riptide. Becker. We're missing something. She did something more. Who cares?
All right.
Forget it. Okay.
I've got a number.
Let's go with Kim Darby. All right, I've got a number. What do you got?
1.2.
1.2. I'm going 2.5. I almost said 3, but 2.5.
Right.
Easy-E?
1.
1. Kim Darby, an actress who has a net worth of, I think this is our lowest total ever. Did we have a negative before?
No, we joked about Charlie Sheen.
We joked about it. Charlie Sheen.
And Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, right. $500,000, so $500,000. So, Eric wins.
Eric wins.
Kind of reverse prices on that one.
Yeah, he did.
All right, Dan Schneider, Ricky. I told you of his Nickelodeon fame.
He's got that iCarly cash.
This number could be insane.
Yeah, I have no idea how to gauge this one.
All right, I got a number.
I'm going to assume that Nickelodeon doesn't pay, the top, movies out there. So
yeah, I got a number.
No, I gotta come up with a number here. All right. I think I have a number.
Okay.
Eric, what do you got?
Okay. I'll say 45.
Ooh.
Al?
I had 18.
Oh. Then get ready for this. I have 90.
Wow. One of us is way off.
We have the two ends of the spectrum and right in the middle. Dan Schneider is an American actor and television producer who has a net worth of $40 million.
Eric.
Eric.
That's two actors from Head of the Class that are like big TV producers.
Oh, really? Who's
Yeah.
the other?
Brian Robbins, the guy who played Eric.
Really?
Yeah, he was like
Really?
The one show I know for sure that he produced was Smallville.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
And and I know he's done other stuff, but that's the one
Right.
that I know of.
Right.
All right. Today we know him as what's his character's name?
Charles.
Charles, thank you. Charles DeMar. Curtis Armstrong.
Ugh.
Booger from the Revenge of the Nerds, and a billion voice acting positions. He's known for his voice.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know what those guys make. I couldn't even tell you.
I've got a number.
Even the top ones.
I've got a number.
I've got a number.
All right. Come on, man.
I know. I'm debating if I switch it down. I'm going to go 18.
Okay.
Al?
I had 15.
I had 10.
I almost went 20. That's what I was debating about. Curtis Armstrong. He's got a net worth of 2.5.
Wow.
Eric is...
I can't believe I am not even on the scoreboard yet.
I need to get a...
Hey, you are. You had the first one, didn't you?
No, that was Brendan.
Oh.
On the money for Cusack. If I nail it exactly, I tie Eric. Otherwise, Eric wins. So, everyone listening, root for me, because you don't want Eric to win, you need me to win. All right. Johnny Cusack. He's done a few movies that you've probably never heard of. So, he's got a sister who did, I don't know, some acting or something. But
I've got a number.
I don't know what he's done other than be on screen. So I'm sure he's done some other stuff, and that's gonna screw me up, I bet. Cusack. All right. I have a number.
Okay.
I don't know if he's been married. I don't know if he's been divorced. I don't know what his deal is. My number is 49.
Oh, you jerk.
What?
I had 48.
Eric?
Mine was 40.
Oh. Nero.
I don't like it when we're all together. What did I say that I could tie you with, Eric, by nailing it exactly? John Cusack is an Illinois-born actor, writer, who has a net worth of $50 million. I was off by one. Damn it.
Gosh, I wasn't even on the scoreboard. This is not my day.
Eric wins 3-2 to 0.
How would you highlight that?
Because I didn't get 0. It's always a party
Enjoy
when I don't finish last. So
Enjoy it.
That's when I win.
All right.
In danger of hurting my chances in future episodes. You guys do realize that every time it's always like it's in increments of 5. It's always like 45 or 40. Right. When you say like 18 or 22, you're never going to get it on the button.
Yeah.
Well, 2.5. Come on, man. Don't ruin this game for everybody. The first one was 8 million. 8 million, 500K, 2.5. I think your logic is flawed.
But I won.
Damn it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I'm just amazed I was in the ballpark in any of these. So I'm always
in like all of them.
I generally overestimate constantly all over the place. Like I'll say 120, and the answer is 3. All right. Any closing thoughts on Better Off Dead other than it's a surprisingly good movie and it holds up? Absolutely.
It's amusing. It's fun to quote. People love it, and it is, again, when you kind of list off movies that you think of like these are my favorite movies, it doesn't often come up, but when somebody mentions it, everybody loves it, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love that movie.
Having just watched it now, I don't know the last time I've seen it. It's got to be 20 years at least. It still holds up. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird. But had we gotten our kids in here to watch it, they would have liked it.
Well, Liam's already seen it.
Yeah. Well, okay, one of our kids. Definitely.
Yeah.
Took a pass. But he would like it. We liked it. I liked it more now than I expected to like it in, at this age, at this, with this history.
I still liked it as much watching it today as I did the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
When I was 15 or...
What part did you absolutely lost it?
I think it was Ricky's mom blowing up.
Yeah.
I think that was
you lost it.
Right.
I lose it every time. Leading up to this week when I was just thinking of the movie, I was laughing out loud to myself even thinking about that scene.
It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah, it's the way that it's edited together is absolutely brilliant.
Timing is perfect.
It's like the same thing.
Yes.
All right, that's Better Off Dead. Next time we will do, I don't know what. We're doing Jaws.
Yep. Jaws
will be the next one. So, for all three of us, toodaloo.
Cheer up, buckaroo.
Fuck up, little camper.